Well, hey, hi there, everybody. That's Tommy Jane here. I guess this is my 2 years on hormones rant. Gosh, I don't know where to start. As I said most of it before, once you grab you up down, dust. It's impossible to stay clean in this town. There's so much dust in the air. Anyway, I've been started the hormones on April 28th of 2015, and immediately within a couple of weeks, could feel a lot of psychological relief. You know, I suffered a lot of anxiety and rage, and I have very bad adrenaline metabolism. I can't be around, aggressive people, or I just start getting all shaky. You know, it's like fight. Do I need to fight or get the fuck away from here? Kind of. It's just, and it doesn't even have to be directed to me. It'd be like the other day. There was a millennial kid, female to male, friend of Tommy Clinton's, who had used some pretty shitty language toward Caitlyn Jenner. And I had messaged him asking him to not let his anger ruin the dignity of the conversation that had been going on already. I don't even want to go into detail on it. The kid was wrong, and instead of like, okay, sure, I'll clean that up and say something more intelligent, he's like, fuck you, you old hag. Okay. My hair. I haven't blacked him yet. He backed off a little bit and hasn't said anything since. And I asked Tommy to moderate, and she hasn't. She's taking a break. She said, don't call me unless you're in the ER. And she's got all these kids she's got to maintain. And she does this out of her own pocket. I don't think she gets subsidized by anything. And that was what the debate was about anyway. Was that all these people putting Caitlyn down when Caitlyn's really one of the only people that's in any kind of position to stand up to the ultra right on behalf of the transgender community, and they're rejecting her. Now Melanie Ryan and I are on totally opposite sides of the fence politically, but we both see eye to eye on certain things because we're both pretty moderate. And the one most important thing is that love is going to trump all disagreement. That if you cannot disagree without getting angry, there's no point. No point at all. And she and I are both in total agreement about Caitlyn as far as her potential as a community advocate and benefactor. But these kids, and not just the kids are nasty about it. Young adults, the real little kids that adore her. The teens, the young teens, they adore her. Jazz and Corey Mason and who the hell else was like hugging on her. Kids adore her. As grown-ups, the old Carolyn Cossie crowd. We did it 30 years ago. People hate her guts, and the young trans people of color and their allies hate her guts. And here's old freaks like myself or a veteran like Melanie going, hey, wait a minute. there's too few of us to hate anybody for being the wrong kind of trans. That's just the way it is. Nobody's transition. Nobody. True transgender is like a personal thing. It's like a unique individual thing. There's no like set definition. You know, all that really matters is that your gender identity doesn't match your biological sex real well. That's transgender. The specifics of it are way too variable to put any definitions on it. You know, here I am, and I'm intersex. I'm kind of intersex. You know, I have. That's one thing about the hormones is like, the changes are subtle because I've always been pretty feminine. My boobs are definitely perkier. I'm looking more like lady boobs than boobs. I've lost some body mass, and my skin's definitely much smoother, and my body hair and face hair is a little thinner. I just started finasteride, so hopefully that's going to help up here. I don't even want to show it. This is the main reason my hair that I don't even try to put on much of a fashionable female presentation. My nature's enough, and it's working well. I don't even have to like adjust my voice too much. You know, just make sure I don't fall off too deep in the. Just be natural. Just be me. And that's what I've been loving about life lately. Is that I'm more at peace with myself than ever before. My arts, all of them, are stronger than ever. I just, I just scored a really nice camera and a telephoto lens for my phone camera. And people are really digging my photographic work too, and they're being real generous on that, buying stuff and being real generous. I mean, I had two guys last night, just two guys had me play for them, and I don't know, they had 220, 210s, and a 5 before they left. And then I ended the night with a conversation with the lady cop team, Shelly and her new partner. And Tripp, they were going. We had a nice, fun conversation with them, and they got a call for a loud party. I saw them in front of the Coronet, and then we were chatting for a while. And they got a call for a loud party, so I walked with them back to their car over by the substation, the 4th Avenue office, and life's good. And this morning, this is one thing I wanted to talk about. Is people ask ask me how I deal with the dysphoria, or just deal with life in general being so difficult, always beating down on you with like this just awful news from everywhere, all these awful things that people do to themselves and each other, and awful things that governments are doing to people. Meditation. Break from this stuff. Just like get it out of my head, go somewhere like outside or to my room and just look at the inside of my eyeballs for at least 20 minutes. Music is another must. Playing it even more than just listening to it. Playing music is just the best mental floss and just totally cleansing for the whole body. Last night I got down on it, and I was standing there for a second, and I'm like, just shaking my head, and somebody goes, "Get a little lightheaded there?" Yeah. And it wasn't the carbon monoxide down there either. It was hyperventilating, blowing, just like running this rip, just all over the place. Okay, so meditation, music, masturbation, and marijuana. That's, weed. I'm probably, because of the adrenaline metabolism, I'm real hyper. I'm kind of under. My THC titer is pretty low right now, so I'm a little. I'm one of those people that's like, Tommy, go smoke a joint. Just shut the fuck up and go smoke a joint. So here we are smoking a joint. But I want to talk about this a little bit too. I'm done. Yeah, that's plenty trans stuff. You know, that's the way it is. You are what you are, and everybody got to be nice to each other, because there's too few of us to be hating on each other. And the more we hate on each other, the stronger the arguments against us become from the extremist Christians. So get over your more trans than anybody else yet, or that person's not trans. It is a fake training. Who in their right mind is going to pretend to be a transgender person when transgender people are some of the most reviled people in the world? For no good reason, just for being transgender, without ever having to do anything but dressing and acting in the wrong gender for their genitals, in the sensibilities of people who are programmed that way. Who in their right mind would choose to do that, just to pretend? My anti-fan club says I do it for attention. Man, these guys have no idea. They must, I can't believe that they believe what they say about me. They're just doing it for fun, to get me pissed. I can't believe that they're that stupid. And anyway, I'm an artist. I'm an indie artist trying to make a living. So, yeah, I guess to a certain degree I'm going to be an attention whore, because my living depends on people liking my art enough to give me money for it. So, and then these idiots, they provoke me so much, and I won't do it anymore. And now that I actually got a cop investigating, I won't do it at all. I get way out there and can say some really vicious shit in self-defense. It's the main reason I haven't killed anybody, is because I managed to convince people that I'm capable of doing it, and they back off without starting to fight. It's like, you sure you want to go there? And they can see it. They can see the chi rise, so they can feel the chi rise. So they just back right off. Boy, I never got fucked with in jail at all. All I had to do was do stretching exercise and shit. And it's like, that's an OG. And it's like, oh, gee whiz. Not only can this one beat my ass, but she's got a bunch of friends too. So this idiot was like, they were going off on me. It's like, hey, look, if this were in public, I have to be stopping people from hurting you. Get up in my face, get within arm's reach of me, you're going to get touched. But there are usually people that are going to keep you from getting that close. Wherever I go. It's always been that way. Praise God. So anyway, that's enough of that shit. I wanted to talk about this weed, because this is a little different than usual. It's got some seed too, which is nice, because I'm going to grow these puppies. I'm not sure what it is. This is a sativa strain, and it's not from northern Mexico. It's just the wrong color and the wrong aroma, and it's been trimmed like northern Cali bud gets trimmed. And I'm pretty sure it's from further south, someplace higher and wetter than northern Mexico. Where most of the weed I'm getting is from northern Mexico. Just right up on the other side of the border. And that's why it's so cheap. It's like $40 an ounce for the commercial grade, and $75 an ounce for the primo. But this is different. Yeah, and I get home delivery. I don't have a medical card, but boy, I got a good argument, and I need to talk to the doctor. I need a letter from him. I need to talk to that psychiatrist before I go to trial. I got the right letter. I got the diagnosis letter. I never did. I didn't read that. So they got a good laugh out of it. I somehow misplaced the original one, and then went to read the diagnosis letter from my anti-fan club, and it was the one I told them I didn't want. that he needed to rewrite, and we rewrote it and came up with this. So I think I got to take this over to the courthouse this week and see what it's going to cost for me to like get my name properly changed and my gender marker changed. Because I'm not a male. I got a penis, and I'm keeping it until God takes it and fixes it. But my gender identity is female, and I'm not required to have a vagina to, in this state, to I'm not required in this state to have surgery to get my gender marker changed. Nobody questions it either. It's like Tucson's been on the had gender identity on the non-discrimination ordinance since 1999. We're just part of the landscape. Everybody's like, oh, okay, you're transgender, cool. I never have to like tell them what transgender is, or beyond like, hey, look, we're born this way, and the choice is to not pretend to be something that we're not. So anyway, here's the proper diagnosis letter. To whom it may concern, Ms. Tommy was seen on 6/24/2016 for a psychiatric evaluation. She was diagnosed with gender dysphoria and anxiety not otherwise specified. In my opinion, she is not a danger to herself, a danger to others, nor is she gravely disabled. Patient reports a long history of being bullied and assaulted. Due to a history of recurrent trauma, she may be quick to escalate. However, she is easily redirectable. In other words, yes, I'm nuts, and yes, I'm potentially dangerous, but chill, and I'll calm down, thanks. And this is what cops, I rarely get handled roughly by the cops, and I've been arrested over 100 times. That should tell you something about my mental stability. The only times I've ever been handled roughly is when I resisted. The worst time was when I just, no, you're not putting the handcuffs on me. I curled up in a ball. Took 15 of them to break me loose. And the next worst was when they were jerking me around in holding cells in the Orange County Jail, and I told them, hey, look, if you send me to the back cell, it's going to take 15 of you to do it. So they sent 15 of them in there. But at least they took me into the rubber room instead of sending me all the back. So that was cool. But boy, I've been beaten near to death by cops. Jailers, twice by jailers. Cops brought me in cool without anything worse than putting the handcuffs on too tight or bumping my head on the car on the way in. The jailers stomped the fuck out of me twice. Once in the Pacific lockup and once in Oakland. Anyway, I never did talk about what I wanted to talk about. The lead was how, who cares? It used to, this is a nice strain. This is different than I usually get. And my provider was talking about how he don't want to know too much information, because the less he knows, the less trouble he can get into if he gets like popped. I don't blame him. But like in the old days, when there was millions and millions of people in uniform traveling all over the world and smoking dope in their duffel bags, we had all kind of stuff everywhere. And guys would show up with like a briefcase full of different weed products from, just like the dispensaries. Well, they have several oils and several kinds of hash and bud from all different kind of places. They don't do that so much, it's like here. Of course, now they're getting back to it with all the different funny strains, all the strain names. Well, so anyway, that's 2 years. I'm an old pothead. I'm a happy camper for a change. I'm really enjoying life. I've got good friendships forming, strong friendships forming on the ground, and friendships that have been online for a long time. There's people I know online that I knew on the ground 20, 30 years ago. We're still friends online. cash flow's been good. Summer's shaping up, please. Ariana Sykes and I are planning on going on tour. Well, Tim B and Garland Saunders, a couple of freaks are talking about doing some kind of documentary on tour, on the Dead and Company tour. I'm hoping to jump on board somebody's bus for that. And then Ariana, when she gets back from Europe, is talking about going to Ted Bednar's Music on the Farm Festival, and we'll leave from there for Oregon. But I don't want to come straight back and suffer through most of the summer here. I want to stay gone until it starts to cool off a little. So anyway, hope you enjoyed this one. Happy day. Thanks for watching. Bye.